Shalom, shalom, Israel. It's your brother Rajai coming at you again, always being led by the Spirit, bringing out the words of the Most High through these scriptures and truth and sincerity. I say shalom to you, to Israel, the 130 you keeping the laws and commandments to your best ability. I say shalom to you, to the Akim and brethren out there, and prophets teaching and preaching on the highways and byways. I say shalom to you. And 144,000 elect that are being woken up in these last days and times. I say shalom to you. And to the listeners of this YouTube channel, I say shalom to you that are listening and being edified through the words of the Most High. I say shalom. Shalom, Israel. Today, I want to do a really quick lesson, breaking down some scriptures in Psalms 22. I was, reading over in my meditation and reading through the scriptures the other night. Most of you might know that I do a lot of, I watch a lot of the videos from a lot of Akim and brothers teaching the camps and things of that nature. So last night I seen a video of one of the brothers breaking down, the prophecy that David has said in Psalms in the Bible. So basically, what I'm actually going on is touching up on a little bit of that and bringing out, a little clarity and understanding on my behalf. So I hope that's edifying for you and that, you use it to strengthen your spirit and to get understanding if you have ears to hear. So like I was saying, and I came across this the other night, seeing that, in David's Psalms, especially in 22, that he was actually prophesizing about the Americas going into slavery and things that happen to us as a nation of people. So you really have to have that spiritual understanding and understand prophecy and have that spirit put upon you to really comprehend or to really understand what's going on in these verses, because like the brothers say all the time, you can't just read these verses without understanding and without clarity of what's going on. You have to diligently do your research and things of that nature, and also be praying and fasting that the Lord increase your spirit and give you an understanding and wisdom. Because that's what's important. So I'm gonna start from verse 1 and read on down. In certain verses I'm gonna break down. I don't want to take up a whole lot of time. I do want to make this, under 30 minutes. It'd be great if I could do it in 20 minutes. But we'll do time checks and things like that. So if it drags out, I'll make a part 2. But, hopefully I can get this down to 20 to 25 minutes, which will be great. So I'm going to start from Psalms 22, verse 1. To chief musician upon Ejela Shahar, a psalm of David. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? Why art thou so far from helping me and from the words of my roaring? Okay, so what's going on there is that, like I said, this is David prophesizing, right? He's prophesizing about the coming to Americas and about the slavery that's going on, all right? So he's saying, why art thou forsaken me? Which is, during that time of slavery, the Most High wasn't with us, right? Because we fell into the curses. And this is what the Most High said that he's going to do. He's going to, remove his face from us until we seek him again, right? Until we call upon him and return to him. And, in our iniquity, in our sins, that we wake up to who we are as a people and return to him. And that's what's going on now, all right? Verse 2, oh my God, I cry in the daytime, but thou hearest not, and in the night season I am silent. But thou art holy, O thou that inhabitest the praises of Israel. Okay? So, through our captivity, through all these things that happened to us that we know, that went on in history, many of us, may not understand the things that were going on during that time of slavery. Like a lot of our ancestors were singing that Amazing Grace, Swing Low Chariot, all those songs were actually praises to the Most High, okay? Because we knew, back in those times, we knew that we were people of the Most High, and that was in our spirit even back then. Our songs were praises to the Most High, even during that captivity and the treatment and the undergoing the things that we went through. All right. But thou art holy, O thou that inhabitest the praises of Israel. Right. So we're still giving thanks to God even through our trials and tribulations. Okay. Our fathers trusted in thee; they trusted, and thou didst deliver them. Verse 5, they cried unto thee, and they were delivered. They trusted in thee, and they were not confounded. Right? So, even to this day, when we're going into these scriptures, when we're trusting by faith, the Lord reveals to us, right? We keep these, we learn the laws and commandments, and we keep them, okay? The Lord is not, unfaithful to us. All right, and like I said, he said that when we wake up to who we are as a people, and pray to Him, in our iniquity and our sin, and return back to Him, He would seek our face. He would return unto us. Okay, so that's what that's dealing with. They cried unto thee, and we were delivered. They trusted in thee, and they were not confounded. So we knew who we were as a people. Which is one of the things why, Esau, the so-called white man, didn't want us reading that Bible, right? Because he didn't want us to have that hope. And unlike today, we have, we're waking up, understanding the Bible, understanding that we are the people, we're the true Israelites, the descendants of Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac, through a bloodline, okay? And that the salvation is for Israel. So we're coming to understanding that a lot of us are waking up, daily, all right? So Most High is putting that spirit on us, and it's moving through the four corners of the earth, right? So a lot of us, are coming into remembrance and repenting and turning away from our sin and coming back to the Most High. That's what's going on, in today's time, all right? But I am a worm and no man, a reproach of men, and despised of my people, right? So again, David, that's prophesizing, to saying that we were put down to nothing, right? The Most High wasn't with us. But I am a worm, no man, a reproach of men. What were they doing back to us, in that slavery? They weren't considering us men, They looked at us less than men, and despised of the people. We were despised by Esau, the so-called white man. Okay, and these are all facts. These are facts, and you're dealing with prophecy. You have to understand and go into these scriptures and seek the Most High to give you that wisdom, so that you'll have that understanding. Because without the Spirit, this is falling on deaf ears. You're not going to have that understanding. Okay, but those of you who have ears to hear, that are in the Spirit, that are waking up in the truth, your spirit will definitely, connect with this. Even if you have little knowledge, you'll start to understand. You'll see, these things making sense, because the Bible is basically what life is for the Israelites. Okay, we're to get through this captivity, and then, when Yahweh shall returns, when the world he calls Jesus Christ, we're going to be put back on top again, and we're going to be in our heaven. Right now, we're in our hell, the state of being. Let's read on down. Verse 7. All they that see me laugh me to scorn. They shoot out the lips. Salakia. They shake the head, saying. All right. So again, during the slavery, the way we were treated, this is David prophesizing what was happening to us. All right. Now he didn't know, exactly how things would be, but this was as like a lot of prophets that prophesied, like a lot of our people, that the men inspired, put that spirit in them to write down, to record. These are the things that they were seeing. These are the things that was revealed to them. So even though they didn't understand this is what it would be, they written it down the way it was revealed to them, all right, through the Holy Spirit. Verse 8, and verse 8, Salakia. He trusted on the Lord that he would deliver him, let him deliver him, seeing he delighted in him. But thou art that took me out of the womb, thou didst make me hope when I was upon my mother's breast. Slakia. Verse 10, I was cast upon thee from the womb, thou art my God from my mother's belly. So we were ordained to be the Most High's people. He chose us out of all the nations of people he created. He chose us, from the beginning, out of our mother's womb, right? Moving down. But verse 11, be not far from me, for trouble is near me, and there is none to help. Okay? So again, is that prophecy, continuing, it's saying, David saying, be not far from me. In the conditions that we were in, we did have that spirit, and people can see this, right? These things were written down in history, how our spirit, endured. We have, the Most High gave us that spirit to get through this, right? Even in today's time, all these things are still in existence today. May not be, on that level of how it was in, the beginning of our slavery and through those 400 years, but that it took that amount of time. But the oppression is still there, and Esau still has that hatred for us. Although it may seem to you in this world of matrix that, love everybody and, we wouldn't do that and that, and times are different now. Nothing is different. It's the same things going on over and over and over again, but it's going on in a different time period, okay? So they don't have to be as fierce as they were in the beginning because it's already been established, right? Our people are already mentally scarred from the atrocities that were done to our ancestors, and we're reaping that, all right? So, even though their foot is not, stomping down on our neck, their foot is still there, the chain is still on, it's just, it's in a spiritual sense and in a mental sense, okay? Because, truth of the matter is, although a lot of people say that, love everybody and that they care about us, right? Look in this country, right, and observe the things that are being done, that have been done to us and that are consistently being done to us, and point out where that love is at. Point out where the love for our people, exists in this nation, when our people, we don't have the communities that, communities that help our family and our brethren, the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American. We don't have those prominent communities under this nation. We don't have the type of health care. We have nothing, even the laws, we have nothing in this land that is represented for us. So when they say that, oh, we don't hate you, that's a damn lie. Because this system was built off hate, right? So it's righteous for us to come back to the Most High, all right? Love our brethren and teach our people who we are, separate from our enemies, all right? Because we have enemies, they've always been our enemies. Esau was always an enemy of Jacob, okay? He had that hatred, that perpetual, and it's been generation to generation, all right? Jump down to verse 12. Many bulls have compassed me. Strong bulls of Bashan have beset me round. They gaped upon me with their mouths as a raving and roaring lion. Okay, that's basically talking about the Americas and the slavery that was going on, right? When we were being sold on the auction blocks, being shipped for 3 to 4 months over to this country, the Americas, being thrown off, the boats shot, killed, fed to the sharks, right? I'm poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax. It is melted in the midst of my bowels. All right? So let me go to the strongholds now, because I want to break down some of the meanings of the words. Strongholds. So this is the Bible Hub. You can find Hebrew and Greek strongholds that refer back to that Paleo-Hebrew and what those terms meant. Salakia. This will make it a lot easier as I'm going through this. Alright, so verse 12. And it reads, many bulls have compassed me, strong bulls of Bashan, and have beset me round. They gaped upon me with their mouths as a raving and roaring lion. Right? I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax. It is melted in the midst of my bowels, right? So your heart, your mind, okay, it's like wax. They've destroyed our mind mentally, in our condition, in the way we see ourselves, right? Mind, inner man, mind, will, heart. Inner man in contrast to the outer man. Inner man, indefinite soul, comprehending mind, affections, and will, and occasionally emphasizes of one or the other means of the certain verbs. So mind, right? Basically, heart's basically talking about the mind, your mindset. Your conditioning, the way you think, your soul. All right. So we are mentally and tormented. We were mentally tormented, and our soul, has been, broken down. But the Lord is with us, and He's strengthening us. He has, up to the lowest level, because we was in slavery. But the Lord, didn't allow us to be, overtaken. All right? Because we would have been destroyed if it was up to Esau, the so-called white man. And don't let them lie to you and tell you that, oh no, I'm not like that. All right? If you're not like that, what are you doing for our people? Verse 15, my strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue cleaveth to my jaw, and thou hast brought me into the dust of the earth. So what's that saying again in the prophecy of our slavery, which David was speaking about? It's saying that our mouths were shut, right? We really couldn't say, we couldn't do, we couldn't read, we weren't allowed, the freedoms that we have, that we were formerly had, all right? We weren't allowed to speak unless, given order, things that we were, that were controlled by Esau, by this slavery that he put us in, our ancestors in. And thou hast brought me into the dust of the earth, right? Thou hast made me the lowest form of man, right? Let's look that up. Dust of dirt, dust of death, Slakia. Dry earth dust, from an unsure dry earth dust. Dry, loose earth. I know there's a specific one. Specifically as material of human body. Surface, ground, powder, the breeze of ruined city. Earth of the grave, right? So we were being killed, shot. It says earth of the grave. We were being killed, shot, hung. All of the atrocities that were done to us, literally, return back to the earth, Not our spirit, because our spirit regenerates, But being on this earth, we were committed these wicked acts and crimes. We were committed upon these wicked acts and crimes of Esau, putting us in our grave, killing us all. My strength is dried up like pot shirt, and my tongue cleaveth to my jaws, and thou hast brought me into the dust of death, right? Many of us, you've seen the photos and pictures, being whipped. Many of us, barely clinging on to life, right? Verse 16, for dogs have compassed me, and the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. So basically, they took away the strength. When it says pierce thy hands and feet, hands is symbolic to strength, right? So they took away our strength of our nation of people, right? Put us in chains. They whipped our backs in, to our ancestors. They hung us, They fed our kids to alligators, sick wild dogs on us, through our flesh and our bones. So it says, for dogs have compassed me, right? So the people of base, which is Esau, have compassed me. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. So these wicked, filthy people have done this wickedness and put us at a lower state, with no regards to our life, our spirit, the things that we did as a nation of people. They tried to take that away and degrade us to the lowest form of being, right? And they destroyed our soul. They destroyed our spirit. So they destroyed our spirit doing that. Because our people are lost today. I may tell my bones, they look and stare upon me, right? Bones just meaning basically, your own self, flesh. We know it as flesh and bones, but it's basically talking about, I tell myself. Let's look that up. Bones, substance, self, right? Bones, bone of bones, bone of my bones. Itself, limb, pains, same strength, very, very same, wood, right? But in this instance, it's still a living person, okay? And compared in similarity to a person, or actually referring to a person, all right? Substance, self. So that's what it's talking about there, Israel. Let's read on. How we doing on time? They part from my garments among them and cast lots upon my vesture. But be not thou far from me, O Lord. O strength, has thee to help me. O my strength, has thee to help me. All right. So they are casting out lots for us. They stripped away our garments, right? Our righteous apparel. They took all that away. Had us up on the auction block, in chains, selling us to other to their own people, right? To other nations of people. Okay, degrading us. But be not thou far from me, right? O Lord, O my strength, has thee to help me. So we knew the Lord, had that strength to help us. We knew that, that in our spirit, we still believed in the Most High. We still had that spirit, even in these worst conditions. When it came to that, being deaf, and you've seen some of the movies, okay, the slavery movies, the strong spirit that we have. Okay, it's a shame today that our people, are mentally destroyed from that. And now that this, the spirit is being waken up and the truth is coming out, we should be more quickly to return to the Most High. After knowing these things or hearing of these things, we should seek that. Deliver my soul from the sword, my darling from the power of the dog, right? The heathen nation, Esau. Save me from save me from the lion's mouth, For thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorn. All right, so the unicorn is a mammal, right? Some say it's a rhino. Some say it's a wild bull. It's recorded in the strongholds. We can look that up actually. Wild ox, right? Rahim is the Hebrew word for that. And let's see what we get. Wild ox. Okay. Unicorn. Rahim. Or Rem. From Ra'am. A wild bull. From its conspicuousness. A unicorn. Alright. So we know a wild bull as being it's not no friendly animal. Save me from the lion's mouth. So save us from this torture and these wicked things that are happening to us. I declare my name unto my brethren. In the midst of the congregation will I praise thee. Yet that fear the Lord, praise him. All ye the seed of Jacob, glorify him, and fear him. All ye the seed of Israel. So even in our trials and tribulations, David is telling us, fear the Lord, praise him. All ye seed of Jacob, glorify him and fear him. And all ye seed of Israel. So we're supposed to, praise the Lord through our sufferings. All right? Because he has that ultimate power. And how he delivers us is up to him. But we should never turn away from giving praise and seeking the Lord, all right, in all things. Verse 24, for he have not despised nor abhorred the affliction of the afflicted, neither have he hid his face from him. But when he cried unto him, he heard, right? So when we start waking up and realizing who we are as a nation of people, in the midst of our sin and repenting from our sin and telling the Lord, we're going to put that sin off and keep the laws and commandments, he will return to us. He will hear us, right? All of us that's waking up in the truth, we know that. All right? A few more verses and we can wrap it up. My praise shall be of the great congregation. I will pay my vows before them that fear him. The meek shall eat and be satisfied. They shall praise the Lord that seek him. Your heart shall live forever. Your heart meaning mind, right? Your mind you shall not be a memory. That in that kingdom, things are gonna go on, in righteousness forever and ever, right? And it says we shall be satisfied. The meek shall eat and be satisfied. So keeping the commandments and what the Lord has given us, what the Lord has given us, through the blessings, we shall be satisfied. At the ends of the world shall remember and turn unto the Lord, and the kindreds of the nations shall worship for thee. Let's look at that word kindreds, all right? Because most people might say, most people might not understand, the definition of that. Clan, families, from the same as, every families, family kinds, relatives, tribes. So that's talking about our nation. Family of connection of individual. So the only people that we're, connected to are the 12 tribes. We're not connected to any other nations. All right? Right here, divisions of people of Israel. Okay? So that's what it's talking about. That's what, Salaki, what was I at? That's what kindred is talking about. All right? So salvation is for Israel. David was prophesying about, being brought to slavery in Americas, and then the Most High turning his face, and then us in remembrance of who we are, waking up to this truth and returning back to him, in the midst of our sin, and putting that off and keeping the laws and commandments. and following it to our best ability, right? That's what that is dealing with. This whole chapter. For the kingdom is the Lord, and He is the Lord's, and He is the governor among all nations, among the nations, like you. All they that be the fat of the earth shall eat and worship. All they that go down to the dust shall bow before Him, and none can keep Him alive. None can keep alive His soul. Right? So all they that be the fat of the earth shall eat and worship. And they that go down to the dust shall bow before Him, and none can keep alive his own soul. So all the nations are going to bow down and recognize the Most High as the God of the one and true only God, the God of Israel. A seed shall serve Him. It shall be, verse 30, a seed shall serve Him. It shall be counted to the Lord for a generation. Verse 31, they shall come and shall declare His righteousness unto a people that shall be born, that He have done this. All right? So what's that dealing with is that once we get put back on top, once the Lord puts to death and cast judgment on His nation, He's going to set Israel back in His own land, save the 1/3, and establish the kingdom in our homeland. All right? And the people are going to know who we are, that we're the people of the Most High, the chosen people, and we're going to be, ruling over them. And they're going to be taught, the scriptures and how to keep the laws and commandments, and righteousness will be filled on the earth. So it says, they shall come and shall deliver, they shall come and shall declare His righteousness unto a people that shall be born, that He have done this. So it's going to be a memory in people, those who survive and are saved, right? It shall be a full lasting, ongoing remembrance of how the Lord destroyed the Americas and who the people of the Most High are. So no longer will be looked at the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian as the lesser man on the earth, or the lesser society of nation of people on the earth. We're going to be the top people on the earth, okay? And they're going to bear witness to that. It says, that shall be done, that He have done this, right? So they're going to have that memory, and they're going to pass that memory on. Not pass that memory on, but that's going to be something in the kingdom where, generation after generation, that's going to be a part of the history that people are going to come to. They're going to be like, this is when Esau was, ruling over in Americas, and he did his wickedness, and he was judged, right? And the people are going to see that, and see who the people that he put, that he did this atrocity of acts, these wicked acts into were the people of God. All right. So again, Israel, hope this was edifying for you. I know that I kind of ran through that, but I wanted to make it, as clear and edifying as possible to those of you keeping the laws and commandments, and that hopefully that the Spirit came out in this, and that you were able to get some edification through these scriptures and understanding. Like I said, always just keep praying and keeping that spirit. Pray to be increased in your spirit, so that that understanding can increase in you. And to the brethren in Akim, prophets out there teaching the truth and sincerity, I say shalom. Shalom Israel, you 1/3, and 144,000 elect, until the Most High, sends His Son Yahweh Shai to destroy this earth and put Israel back on top. I say to you, shalom. Shalom Israel.